Welcome to another episode. Another episode where women talk about how they like bad boys, how they like drug dealers, especially black women, and how they justify their infatuation of it all. Let's get into it. Hard Talk Radio.
So it's not that's irrelevant, bro.
No, but and then obviously moving forward from that, like their personality type, like they've got to be a boss. They've got to like
Drug dealer.
No, I think
Career criminal. Career criminal.
Growing up, listen, I'll be honest with you. I have drug dealer friends because unfortunately in my society, that's what a lot of black men that I know have come to, and I'm all, you can ask any of them, I'm the one in their ear telling them you've got an entrepreneurial mindset, you could do this, you could do that. So I don't stigmatize, I don't think you're beneath me because you're a drug dealer or whatever, but I always had in my mind I would never get with them because I couldn't bring them home to my mum and they wouldn't accept that. But I feel like the last two people, before the last person I dated, the last two people I dated before that, one worked and did like legitimate things, and drug dealing was a bit.
Couldn't bring them home, but you still smashed them. All right. Okay.
And then the other one just fully drug dealed, and I was trying to help him do more better things, yeah. But I feel like I was.
Why do you think that all the black men around you was all drug dealers?
Why do I think that?
No, what makes you why do you think that it seems like all these black guys that were around you specifically were all drug dealers?
Yeah, I didn't say that all the black men around me.
Not all, but okay, a substantial
I was
enough.
saying that I have friends that are drug dealers because there's
you did say society.
So yeah, because unfortunately the society that we are in.
You said your society.
You said your society.
Yeah, I meant black because I'm black. So yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think most black guys are drug dealers though.
I didn't say most. I said it draws a lot of black boys into that.
Yeah, but we're talking about your life. He said in your society, most of your black male friends, or a lot of your black male friends are drug dealers.
I said a lot of black males, and you can
in
put
your
that.
In that you interact with, that you're your friends.
I said I have a lot of friends that are drug dealers. Unfortunately,
in your society.
Unfortunately, in my society, a lot of black boys are drawn into that lifestyle.
That's not what you said.
That's not exactly how I said it, but that's what I said.
A lot of these women will try to justify dealing with these drug dealers, saying, "Oh, it's my society." No, because society, you have options. You don't have to date a drug dealer. You don't have to date these people, but you choose to. You choose to date these people. Never mind the consequences of being a baby mother, going to jail, or ending up dead. Just like Breonna Taylor. Okay. Just like Corinne Gaines, who dated a drug dealer. Look her up. And sad to say, you have black mothers passing this on to their black daughters, that it's okay to date drug dealers, or their black sons. It's okay to be a drug dealer.
Regardless, is that the case or not?
No, but the point I'm trying to get at is, why is that your reality?
Yeah.
That's the point.
What, that a lot of that
why are they the people you choose to be?
Yes, God bless you, Kate.
Why do
yes.
I? Okay, the question that you're asking then.
She gets
the question
it.
that you're asking is, why do I have black friends?
Yeah, why so many of your black male friends are drug dealers?
Because, all right, let me break it down to you. I am such an empath, yeah, and I've always thought like our wasted talent. I don't like the fact that certain men think that that's all that they can do, and that society pushes those kind of men into that role, and that's what they live, and it gets recycled. Even down to what you were talking about the other day, the media.
Look, there's a point of accountability for men, because when men go into this, even young, when they start getting money and stuff, there's accountability that, okay, I'm getting this money. Why don't I try to set up a legitimate business? Okay, it comes to a point where if you're able to buy a house at 18 with drug money, you can say, you know what, let me stop this and let me forget a trade or something, because eventually I'm going to end up getting killed, or my parents could get killed, my loved ones could get killed if I stay in this game because I'm in it. People want to try and get at me. So there's a level of accountability that has to come into play. And a lot of these women don't see that. And when they end up getting hurt, they're going to say black men don't protect black women. Yet black men are out there telling them how this stuff is hurting the community. These women like these drug dealers. They like it. But then want to complain about it at the same time. You can't complain about being a drug addict, but you still want to do those drugs. That's the thing. Oh, I'm overweight, but you're still eating food that's going to make you fat. What is, people are going to look at you like, are you serious or not? You're not serious. And then want to blame black men, all black men, for the type of men that you choose to date.
Other black people.
What's that got to do with it?
I will always put myself in the front and tell people they can change, they can be better. Like, I always go, and my mum and that. That's why they wanted me to do criminology and all this stuff, because they're like, you can't just be doing that.
You're
like,
not
you
answering the question, blood.
Why do I have friends like that? That's why.
That's not why.
Oh, hold on. It's what you attract.
Yes, that's what Kate. Kate is blood. Kate is smashing it, bruv. Why are you?
That's it right there. She's attracted to these people. Unless she changes her mindset, she ain't going to change. But she's not going to say that, because she'll make excuses for them. She feels sorry for this pet rattlesnake, this poisonous pet rattlesnake. She feels sorry for this pet poisonous scorpion. She feels sorry for this rabid grizzly bear. Grizzly bear don't feel a damn bit of sorry about you. All he sees is just a piece of meat and a lick. That's it. Okay? That's what they like. Unfortunately, that's what the days are done when women had fathers that could tell them, this is wrong. This is going to kill you. Stop it. Knock it off. This man is going to hurt you. Don't date these type. It's sad to say. Those days are done for a lot of daughters. And unfortunately, many women don't want to listen until they learn the hard way.
Around these guys, and then you're like, oh, I can't date him. I can't. Why are you even around them?
What, when I'm younger? When I was
It
younger?
don't matter what age. Why are you around them, bruv? That's what I'm asking
That's
you.
who I wanted to be around.
Exactly. That's what you wanted to be
that's
around.
what I said.
Yes,
That's what I
bruv.
wanted to be around. Yes, what's the point?
They're going to say, what's your point? The point of the matter is the reason why you like drug dealers, because you like being around them. This is the stuff that, women talk about. They want to be around these type of men and then complain about it, defend them. But why are your friends all drug dealers? Because you're around them. You're in that environment, but they don't want to change.
My point is, you are the architect of your. Listen, bro. You are the architect of your own misfortune. Didn't I say that to you earlier today, bro?
Where's my misfortune from there? What was
because you was big. The misfortune is because you was around a pool of guys that you knew were undateable, bro. That's what the misfortune was.
I wasn't dating them, no. But
I never said you was dating them.
They're the last two.
I never said you was dating them.
What's my misfortune? Oh, you're saying that I didn't date the right person because I was around these people.
Yes, because you just said that's who you wanted to be around. That's the point.
Okay.
That's the point I was getting. Kate gets what I'm saying, blood.
Yeah, I'm actually with you on this one.
Like that was on you. This is the thing I talk about in my videos all the time. You choose to be around certain types of guys and certain other types of guys. You don't even want to be friends with them, bruv, because they're not cool enough, bruv. Because really and truly, you was around them drug dealer boys because they were cool. And it was cool.
Yeah.
Chris Rock said a joke back in the day. There's a civil war between black people and ninjas. Say it again. There's a civil war between black people and ninjas. Black people are the squares. Ninjas are the drug dealers, the pimps, the hoes, the shot callers. Men doing things, they're getting money with criminal activity. Men that are doing things that are immoral of whatever kind and getting money and have prestige and respect among the foolish, the dumb, and the people only seeing material, not the character of the person. That's what it's like, and you're seeing it in real time.
Being around them, bro. That's what it was.
But that was literally like my mindset. When I was like 16, I did date this boy and he was a drug dealer, but as soon as I was like, I don't know, 18, 19, 20, that just did not appeal to me. And from then on, I don't think, like, I can't say any of my friends have done that, or guys that I've been friends with done that.
I feel you, but this is the thing. Most girls in our community, well, in the black community anyway, yeah, or even just, let's say, urban community, yeah, so like white girls that like black guys and date black, all of that, yeah. In that stage when you look are like, I just want to be around these black boys that are cool because they sell drugs and they're popular and they got street fame and they got fast money and yeah. And then the next thing, you end up becoming a single mother.
I didn't hear a lie, not once. That's what usually
happens.
That's it. Oh, they're gonna argue. That's exactly what happens. That is exactly what happens. Get with a drug dealer. Okay. Corin Gaines got with a dude doing drugs, had a warrant for his arrest. She ends up pulling a shotgun on the SWAT team. She gets shot. What does her baby daddy do? He gets out through the back door. The coward.
Yeah, but I am the anomaly in that situation. That's not
you was
the
lucky.
reason why. You don't listen. I literally,
Don't get angry.
Absolutely.
She's getting angry because the fact of the matter, you figured her out and you're catching her. You're holding her accountable. She's getting pissed. Like many black women, even in the States, this woman's in Britain, and she acted the same way American black women act here.
No, okay, let me
Emotions.
take it down a notch, yeah. But my point is that I just want to see our community do well.
Then all you girls should focus on the black guys that are doing the right thing.
And ask me who I'm around now.
I don't know who you're around, fam.
Black men that do very well, that don't do that.
Okay, so you've excommunicated. So you've excommunicated from all your hoodlum friends.
No, I haven't. I haven't, because I want the ones that have no hope. They don't see me. I'm inaccessible. The ones that have no hope, the ones that don't know, I'm inaccessible.
Since this year.
Mm-hmm.
Since lockdown.
COVID has stopped her thoughting ways. That is true, though. COVID has really driven women insane. Some have committed suicide. Some can't. The women thoughting up and down. Hey, a lot of things have happened. The OnlyFans thing has been dating apps. Nothing has been spared when women want to try and get their little sideways prostitution on. Okay. And even with the drug game and stuff, I don't even know how that's working because with COVID and, these women still going out here doing what they want to do and liking drug dealers. I don't get it. In this time, in this climate, liking a drug dealer. But hey, these government agencies are making their money because these women coming to be single mothers out of these bad choices with drug dealers, and unfortunately, children suffer.
I'd say
since lockdown.
I'd say it's variable for each independent case.
Is variable or variable?
Yeah, for each independent case, isn't it? Like,
blood, bruh. You're the.
from my
A lot of
team,
these girls. Listen to everyone watching, yeah. To everyone watching, these girls, yeah, not these girls in particular, but a lot of girls are the architects of their own misfortune, bruv.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the truth. That's why when these girls come out, that's why when these women come out and say, "Oh, where's all the good men, bruv?" First of all, you didn't want to be around good. Listen. I'm not saying you. Why are you getting? You see, you're getting emotional. I never said you.
Not these women here. He said he didn't say that.
You see?
Just a quick one, yeah.
No, I ain't finished what I was saying. No, I haven't finished what I was saying. Yeah. A lot of these girls, they come out and say they're looking for a good man, and where's the good men gone? Blah, 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 blah. First of all, you didn't want to be around the good guys because the good guys were boring, lame, whatever. Get me? And then now, later on in life, you saying where's the good man at? The good men are living their lives, bro, and they shouldn't really get with you, blood. That's the truth. Like that's the.
Hey, I mean, sorry. I mean, what do you want him to say? It's the truth. Why should they want to get with somebody with all these problems? Single mother, probably scarred from being in a relationship with these drug dealers, probably sleeping and nice comfortably with the drug dealer. Then next thing you know, SWAT team break in, your kid got taken away, all this type of stuff. Why would a man who has his stuff together want to be with a drug dealer? A drug dealer's leftovers.
Cold truth about it. They shouldn't really get with you because you didn't want them when they was coming up. So why should they get you after you've messed around with whoever you messed around with, blood?
That's just the facts. That is just the facts. There's nothing really to say that is bad. Well, it's kind of harsh, but it is basically that. What's up, Ian Greaves? How you doing? How are you? Hit the clipboard. Here you go. Yeah. So what's the point? I mean, the roles were reversed. A woman will not get with a man who messed up his life being a drug dealer and has to start from zero. Why would he do that? Why would she do that? I'm sorry. And that's just regular common sense. See, just with this woman, her name was Courtney Cox. She was a corporate lawyer in Atlanta, black woman. She lost her life dating Jarvis Jervette, who was a Pookie, jumping from balcony to balcony, shooting at cops like he was in a Super Mario Brothers game. Okay? Like he was in Uncharted and just jumping over things and shooting at cops, and he ended up shooting her, and he shot himself, and cops found them both dead. She was a corporate lawyer. Corporate. Okay? And I put this in a group. I posted this in a group, and I said, does a woman dating choices can lead to her demise? And sad to say, you had women be like, well, it's not like men don't date down too. And men were saying the same thing. Oh, because she's a lawyer and he's a thug. He's not a lawyer. Oh, she's better than him. I'm like, wow. And the majority of people who commented were black people. This was depressing. But obviously, they were from the hood. And this is how they thought. This is how they think of life. They don't think about how economic classes and how certain people from an economic class can hurt you depending on their mindset. I'm not saying there are people who they may not be of good economic standing, they can't be good moral people, but majority of them are not good people. Okay, they're not. And and I was talking to one person like, do you want your daughter to have a good position and date a man who is a thug, who has a life like Jarvis Jarvet? Do you want your potential son-in-law to be a guy known from jumping balcony to balcony, shooting at cops, and could possibly kill your daughter? Is that what the type of son-in-law you want to be joined to your family tree? A lot of these black people don't think about this in this group. So you kind of understand, like, wow. Yeah, interracial dating is mandatory. Call me what you want. I don't give a damn. It's mandatory. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Not much, not much.
Hey, good to be here. You know, just hanging out. But I saw you had got it going over there. So they over there in the UK, loving thugs over there too, huh? Okay.
Yep. Yes,
All
they
right.
are.
So what?
That's
So
great.
what does that say about black? I mean, so it's not if it's not just local, just relegated to America. What is that? So now, what does that say? What does that say?
It says that basically that's the hip hop culture came from came from the West, going over to, England, the UK,
Okay.
but they probably had their own issues and, but it just made it kind of worse, because, the hip hop culture, it's basically people get mad at, but the truth is the culture that is part of the culture. You probably got businessmen, but the culture is this. All right. The gangster stuff, the stealing, the getting money by any means necessary. Whoever you gotta knock out the way to get what you want, do it. Even if it's murder. I mean, it's to a point that hip hop is a religion. I mean, it's recognized by KRS-One, it's recognized by African Bambaataa. They even got whole temples to this. But the thing is like, this is the culture. This is what we're living now in the black community. You have this feminism. I do whatever I want. I'm gonna date who I want. Oh, you're sexist if you tell me I have to date only a man that could, they consider lame, stable, has money.
So to really, flesh this out, can we or do we have to go to the history of basically the history, not even just the history of black people, but history in general, where gangsterism at some point was a dominant factor in in the social evolution of many groups and races or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, many ethnic groups. The Japan had the Yakuza, the Chinese had the Triad. Yeah, they have those. I mean, the Italians had the mafia, Haitians got their mafia, but the thing is though, people
they grew out of it.
Yeah, they had a choice. They could keep with these people or they shun these people. They would shun these people. People who cared about their families. They said, "Yo, you're not joining the mafia. You're not working with that dude." I remember the Goodfellas. Robert, was it? No, I don't. Was it Robert De Niro's character who said the working man is the man who's the tough guy, not the guy who pulls the trigger? I forgot what movie that was. I don't think it was Goodfellas. It wasn't Goodfellas. It was another movie where he was, huh?
Okay, I think it might have been the Robert De Niro, the one with the kids, where you had the kids that were selling cigarettes.
Yeah,
I think that one might be it. Yeah.
Yeah, he was saying the tough guy is the man who gets up every day and goes to work, and he comes back, and not the guy who pulls the trigger and does all the, those are the type of families that try to protect their kids. They tried because after a while, your kid's gonna make their own decisions, and that's what it has, But
but to grow out of it though, you have to have that economic, and I'm not really playing devil's advocate, but I'm just thinking it through as we're talking. To grow out of it, you have to have an economic base to be able to do so, to be like, okay, let's have a choice here. So where in our case, if we never really grew to a certain economic threshold, maybe, gangsterism still is a viable, choice to where it really cannot be shunned, like that. Is it, well, especially when you're talking about black women, you know what I'm saying? You're talking about poor black women who don't have access to or have models of men outside of
All right.
gangsters and so on and so forth.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. In America, in certain states, right? If
Mhm.
you live in New York, you are basically have a gold mine as a black female because you have resources, you have social services. They will help you get a job. They will help you get a house. They will
Mhm.
help you get a car. So
But that's true. But I was thinking that through too, though. But I was thinking, but in the back of my mind, I was thinking what you were thinking. But I was like, but here's the thing: black women don't necessarily look at their income and their status as really representative of what actually is a stable base. Even if they have that money, if they see the men, you know what I'm saying, not doing, doing well, or how the men are doing, I think at the end of the day, even though they talk a lot of shit about this and that, at the end of the day, and their nature is, you know, even if they have a lot of money, they still feel insecure, and they still are looking at what the men are doing and what they're not doing in terms of deciding, what the real atmosphere or the landscape is.
But the thing is, like, how could they be looking at what the men are doing if they're not doing anything to get a good man?
Mhm.
They want to pout their mouth and talk all this crap, but you don't want to do anything to get a good man. You just want a man like who was that woman that was saying? I forgot her name. Robin Mason. Yeah,
Mhm.
she was saying like these women. She's coached black women.
Mhm.
These women just want, and it's even in the poor classes too. They just want a man. And they think they should deserve because they have a vagina or because they claim self-proclaimed queen.
Mhm.
Or the fact that, man, oh, it's some BS like post-traumatic slave disorder. No, in order to have post-traumatic disorder, you have to experience trauma. You were not a slave. You were not on a slave ship. You weren't raped by white slave masters. Cut the shit. No, you have to compete with other women to get the man that you want, just like men have to compete with other men to get the woman that they want.
Mhm.
That's it. And you keep competing even if you're married because you
Mhm.
can't slack off because there's still competition out there.
Mhm. Well, I think, to that point, which is true, and just if I can continue that, you know, where like I said, they're still looking at the men, but I think, really it's just an unexplainable stupidity that I think they still have their nature, right? But they haven't grown intellectually, or in their awareness to even think properly about what the world is what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? But innately they're still drawn to the men. Women are still drawn to the men and looking to the men innately. But
Yeah,
there's their
that's their
minds,
nature. That's their
their
nature. But at the same
minds,
time, they want to fight it too.
yeah, but their minds are not matching their natures. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
that's leaving a huge gap between.
Well, I wouldn't say it's all it's the women who don't want to submit to their nature. Basically, the fact that you need men to survive. Like men are to provide and to protect and to build things, and women don't want to adhere to the other side that they have to find a man that's suitable. They can't just go for everything that makes them tingle.
Mhm, mhm.
And a
Well,
lot
well,
of
too. Some guys, and some women, I think, have said that. Oh, okay, those thug type males actually represent that masculine energy, because they say that the other guys don't. And that's where the stupidity comes in. I think they look at masculinity as as those thug types. You know what I'm saying? and you know, and they needed someone like the guy to tell them, like, okay, no, the real strong man is this. I don't think they really have the intellectual capability to even know what a real man is in that sense, and especially in the culture, in the society where we live in, where it says that the man, you know, the strong man is the thug. So it might be a natural course for them to be drawn to that if that's what's being promoted as what a
I
strong
think
man
that's
is.
like promoted in like the hip hop, BET movies. That's what's promoted. I don't think that's promoted everywhere. I mean, you do have to
But
be
they
able to.
live that. But they live that. You know, even the most educated female, they still go back to their housewives, and they, you know, at the at the end of the day, you know, they still, you know, are subject to that, that hip hop culture and ideology.
Right. I mean, but the thing is, like, you have women that, they could see the difference. They could see this is going to hurt me in the long run. You know, you have some women like that. And some women, they want to go with that till the day they die. They don't want a man that they have to, he's doing his part. He's taking care of me. He actually loves me and I love him. But I don't want to get with his program. He's proven himself to me, but I don't want to get with his program. Like, I knew a woman who had 2 bachelor's degrees, right? 2 degrees. Still was dating men that beat and cheat on her, and she wanted a man that had edge, that had a dark side. And that's basically it's basically, it could be just the background of how they grew up. That's another thing too. A lot of women, they get that education, but they still dating men that are thugs, that homosexuals, and because they want to have that's what they want to grow up with. They want a man that they can basically control. Like, look at Nicki Minaj. Got millions of dollars.
Yeah, she got a weird dude,
and she got a dude that possibly he's a sex offender and stuff like this, and she's catching all types of hell, but this is the man that she wants to be with.
Yeah.
And a lot of these women will look up to her still because they're living that situation. They have a man that come back from jail and he can't go anywhere, and they like it that way.
Yeah, they do. I mean, and probably too, their mothers taught them, and to some degree to be steered towards that, that type of dude too,
It's basically, it's a generational thing. And when you call it out and you see it, I mean, I was in this Facebook group, and I won't mention it right here, but damn, that I did a case study with basically, it was about this woman who basically, she was dating this dude that was married, who was from Fort Bragg, and she got pregnant by him. She had 5 kids already. Was pregnant with the 6th. The dude killed her. He was basically a thug, the way I see it. And the women were like,
he was the guy in the military.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the women were like, it's his fault. The woman don't owe her anything. The side chick don't owe her nothing. He's the murderer. He didn't cheat by himself. He didn't cheat by himself. He needed a willing participant. There was a side chick position open.
She took it.
She applied.
She took it.
Yeah. And that's what caused her death. And a lot of them don't want to understand.
Well, I mean,
no accountability.
I was saying that with what's her name that got shot in the house that everybody.
Breonna Taylor.
Yeah, I was saying that, and and people thought that okay, so you must be a coon or whatever. No, I'm like,
you know how many groups I got kicked out for saying that same thing?
Let's be real about this shit, man. You rotating several drug dealer, thug type of dudes in and out of your house that
yes.
are into illegal business, right? You're letting them use your car and your ID and your information.
Drive around with a dead body in it.
Okay. No, listen. No, wait. Wait one. Because now you just throw some shit out there talking about a dead body, and you gonna have to extrapolate.
Yeah, it was a dead body in that car. That's why she got kicked out the EMT thing, because it came out. It reached the news.
Shut the fuck up, man. Come on, man. Come on,
This
bro.
woman spent $5,000 to bail out Jamarcus Glover. $5,000 on a drug dealer. That is mortgage money.
Who was driving?
Money
Who
for
was
a fresh
driving
new
around?
car
Who was
of
driving
current.
around with the car with the dead person? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
I
Who
forgot the name of the dude. I forgot the name of the dude who was driving around with the dead body in her car.
Mhm.
But the thing is, like, when you talk to these people about her, that, you know, she loved thugs, and this is what they do, because some women, they let these thugs stay in the house because they're paying for their kids' school supplies.
Mhm. Mhm.
And if you saw the comments, man, the vitriol, this is why you can't really. I say, like, if Martin Luther King was alive today and Malcolm X,
Mhm.
the black community would try to kill him. The black community would try to kill him
Wait a minute.
because he would. I mean, I don't really agree with him with everything, but he would basically be assassinated because they wouldn't want to change.
Change, you said?
Yeah, they didn't want to change. They don't want to change to hear that they got to take accountability for their choices.
Well,
Both
you
genders.
basically you're saying they would be more like a Thomas Sowell type of individual, I guess, where you're kind of a where people take some of the guys that are seen as black community accountability, they're seen as like Republicans and conservatives and black conservatives and all this other type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not for the Republican or the Democrat. I'm just like independent conservative because both sides are crap. But the fact of the matter is this is just real life. You gotta take accountability. And people talking about, like, oh, we gotta make this a better black community, but you don't want to talk about the drug dealers. You don't want to talk about the women dating these drug dealers. And then all of a sudden you got these hoteps, simps, booty licking dudes who just want to kiss up to the women and just to try and get in her pants or try to molest her kids.
Mhm.
And the women will listen to that because they want to be called a goddess or a queen or a diva.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, you have a horrible personality and you're dating people that could put your kids in danger.
Well, but the thing is, the real thing is, right, is that these individuals are created by the females. What I want to specify, they're not going out and getting these men. They create these men in their environments. They birth them and they raise them and they nurture them. So they're always.
But the thing is, you could always say the men too. You could always say the men too because they, because some of these men they left. I'm just saying. I mean, he may be a scumbag, but it doesn't mean that he don't know that he got to stay there and try to raise that kid. But unfortunately, this woman picked a man that's not fatherly material. It's like a lot of these women, they want to take they want to take the biggest scumbag they know, that is swinging peen for them, and want to combine it with Thomas Sowell or Martin Luther King, and they want to try and build a man to what they want. The guy has the face they want, but he doesn't have the intelligence that they need in order to survive. They want to build a black man, but you can't do that.
Yeah.
And this is where they get mad because now it's like I have to choose between choosing a man that I think is lame before choosing a man that fulfills my lusts, but he can't help me have a family.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these women are angry now and frustrated because they know what they need, but because they lack the discipline, they just have to be by themselves.
Well, there's this guy named his name is what's his name? Dr.
BOA?
Yeah, Dr. Bioy. He just did a video talking about I didn't watch it, but it says Chloe Bailey says I want a feminine bad boy who chases me but ignores me.
Wow.
Posting IG thirst traps. I want she says Chloe Bailey says, I don't know Chloe, she's of course she's probably some famous person. But she says Chloe Bailey says I want a feminine bad boy who chases me but ignores me, posting IG thirst traps.
Wow. So she wants what a soy boy.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. These are this is the nonsense that they talk about. This is the nonsense they talk about.
But this is real because let's go to Jada Pinkett. That's what she wants. That's what she wants. She wants that. That's her ideal man. A Tupac / Will Smith, and she got that.
But she didn't get the Tupac though. That's the thing.
I mean, she did. She had it already. She got it.
She didn't, because she's still making like reading Tupac's letters and.
But that's what I'm saying.
I mean, imagine that. Can you deal with that? Your wife reading letters of her dead boyfriend?
Right, but that's what she want. Will probably knows that she wants that thug type of energy, so she'll get it through her imaginings and reminiscing of her thug life and life with Tupac, and while she's playing goody two shoes with Will Smith, but then coming out social media talking about I don't know how to love.
She knows how to love. She just doesn't want to. I don't know, man. Is it worth being in an open marriage of hell with her? I'll take the divorce. I'm sorry. I would take the divorce. I don't care. I'll live on an island, do a few acting gigs. I don't care. Just no, it's not worth it. That psychological torment is not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Just not dealing with it. It's too much. And then there'll be women who say you're just insecure. That's the way to go. That's real love. No, it's not. No, it's not. And this is how you see many of these women. It's like the Black culture is built on worshiping celebrities and worshiping drug dealers and anything that is countercultural.
Who was that? Who was that Pepper turned down? She said was too nice. Was that
Will Smith?
That was Will Smith too. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
She ended up getting beat up by Trench.
Who?
Trench from Naughty by Nature.
Oh, you said she got beat up by him.
Yeah, a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it's a sad thing. I mean, she turned down Will Smith and then ended up getting into a marriage of hell. And it's like, wow.
Right. And then these same chicks turn around and start making these narratives about men this and men that. But it's a small segment of men that you guys are choosing, and then you're trying to extrapolate. You're trying to project onto all good men that this is how we all are.
Exactly. And I posted in a group about that with the Courtney Cox chick who got killed by the corporate lawyer got killed by a thug boyfriend. You chicks want to say, Black men don't protect Black women, but you're dating men that won't protect you. And then when things happen, you want to blame all Black men.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you are the one who picked from the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
You are the one who did this.
Yeah.
Not the man who's worked in corporate America just like you, or who's a doctor, or who's a bus driver, who has something to lose. You picked from that dumpster pile. Okay? And, there was a woman who was a police detective, okay? 2 Black women I could tell you about. Both of them died by dating crappy boyfriends.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them.
Usually a lot of these police type chicks, that's what they do. That's what they do.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I remember seeing a video with the chick. I don't know. It was a while ago, but the dude was like in her car or whatever, and they were fighting. You know, he had another chick and he was driving her car and had a chick in it or whatever, and he basically told her to beat it. You know what I'm saying? They almost got in a fight or whatever. Like, you know that this is the dude that you with. He's got your car driving around another chick, and he's telling you to fucking kick rock.
in your car.
And the crazy thing is, she got a gun and
What?
but no, what I'm saying is she refuses to be violent with him. You know what I'm saying? She'll just let the guy abuse her and push her out of the car and do whatever and all of that. She'll submit to the guy to where, like, okay, you got all this law force in training, but when the guy becomes abusive, you act like you never even seen a gun before.
Wow.
When you're dealing with the thugs, when it's a good dude, you just argue with the guy and you just shoot him in the head.
Pretty much. Like the good dude, they'll argue, try to kill him. The bad dude is like they'll have empathy. Like this woman was having empathy for these drug dealers. Man, this man has these drug dealers are putting women, you know, possibly selling their bodies for another hit of crack while that, you know, while they sipping on champagne. How are you feeling sorry for these men? They are partying on money that could have been used for for kids of their customers, right? Like these clients that they got, you know, these drug addicts, they had great careers and great jobs, and now they're reduced to nothing, and you're partying off of their suffering. I'm not saying that it's technically all their fault, because it was not like a gun was put to their head to buy the crack, to buy the joint, or to buy the meth. But you know, I mean, some of them, if they are to be helped, fine. But I don't think she was trying to help these dudes. I mean, the way she was talking, like, nah, you were screwing these dudes. You just like the fling of it and the fast money.
Well, I mean, a lot of those correctional chicks, they fucking the hell out of them dudes.
Yo, there was this one incident with this woman. She basically had an insertion in her pants and was screwing an inmate in front of 11 other inmates who were jailed. She only got like 7 months in jail. 7 months.
That's wild.
She should get 7 years, but this is how it is. And a lot of these women are sleeping with these convicts, these inmates. A lot of them are doing that. And you have a lot of women, even here on Facebook, man. A lot of them are doing these live streams with these jail inmates and flirting and saying they'll have sex with them. And then when you call them out, they get mad at you, call you gay. I mean, wow. It really is like that. But these are the women who want to say black men should protect black women, and they want this.
And then say they can't find a good black man. Like, yo, are you looking for, like, yo? They have a psychological game that's out of this world that they're playing with themselves and with us.
I mean, they ain't playing it with me. I just look at you like, okay, interracial dating it is. That's it. All you gotta do is, I mean, they try, and then the sad thing is like you have some fake woke blacks like Umar Johnson who had the nerve to criticize Dave Chappelle dating, being married to an Asian woman. I'm like, dude, look at your own life, bro. Yes, he's like, oh, he can't be black because he's dating an Asian woman. I'm like, dude, shut up. Where's that school you're supposed to be building?
That's the weirdest, dumbest thing.
Yeah.
Like, she's not even a white woman. Like that was a stretch. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, so what if she was white? The fact of the matter is like he speaks up for black people.
Yeah.
And he tells the truth. Umar Johnson, he doesn't have any substance. You on slot machines trying to beg people for donations for your school.
Well, all the substance in the black community, all the substance you have to have is pleasing black women. Or not getting on their bad side. That's all the substance that you need. If you're not getting on their bad side and you're kissing their ass, you can become a god in the Black community. You know what I'm saying? If you play your cards right. But you cannot. But again, you cannot stand up against Black women. That's a no-no. Unless you're coming with the thug energy, then it's okay.
Man, I just come raw. That's it. I don't care who hates me. That's it. It gotten a lot of problems with me. I don't care, because you expect a man to just not have no balls and just tell you what you want to hear. How you have a relationship working? But Black women want to tell you what they want you to hear. That doesn't work that way. This is why you have to go. If you're not celebrated, go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be with. Imagine being with somebody that says, "I'm only going to listen to you if you base." They're not saying it to you, but it's there. I won't listen to you unless you stroke my ego.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I was just going back and forth with this guy named Irony, and he's a academic or whatever, and he's got a YouTube show or whatever. He's kind of in and out, with some of the manosphere folks like him or whatever, and he was part of ADOS or whatever and all this different stuff. But he's attacking Kevin Samuels now, right? He's saying, and he did a post saying that he's going to end up being like a white man, telling Black women that to have a high value man, they are going to have to endure being raped. So basically, he's trying to shit on Black men who aspire to be high value, saying that's just us wanting to be white men, and eventually we're going to turn into white men, and we're going to be raping and we're going to be abusing.
See, this is why I say you got to do this is why I say you got to do interracial dating, because if this is the nonsense that
but the crazy thing is he got a white wife though. That's what I said, man. You know how hypocritical you are? You escaped. You fucking escaped.
All right, hey, I'm gonna be real, man. I mean, the thing is, like, I believe this is what I believe. You could be with a person of a different ethnic group. You just gotta ask, what is your view with Black people, and if there's genuine love there, because you can't be with somebody just because they are Black. If you're being with someone solely on skin color, then you're gonna be in some serious problems. Now, you got these crazy nuts on YouTube. That's why I don't really, I hear what they're saying. Like, I can't deal with this. I can't. But Kevin Samuel said that if Black men cannot get a Black woman that's suitable for marriage, then they should just turn to other men. And I heard him say that.
Of course he said that.
And I'm like, what? I'm like, no. Black men, if they can't find a suitable mate, they could go to other ethnic groups. You could date a woman from Africa, a woman from Nigeria, a woman from Gambia, Tanzania. You could date a woman from Haiti. You could date a woman from the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rican. I mean, it's Black and Indian. But you know better than Cynthia G to say that. Abort Black boys. What? I mean, no, that's speaking genocide. I was listening to Kid Organic about that, and that's what inspired me to do a live stream.
Okay.
I mean, it's just like, you can't. I mean, to say that, it's like, wow, we're dealing with everything under the sun, with attacking Black people, with attacking Black men and trying to break the masculine within them. Everything from abortion to, like, Sydney Starr and Darius McCary hanging out and kissing Sydney Starr, and then people trying to think that's okay. And now you want to come up with this? So basically, it's like, what? You're like a Trojan horse in the manosphere now? And this is the nonsense going on. This is why I said, like, don't listen to these people telling you that you have to stay with a Black woman, or no, stay in a Black community and date among dysfunctional people. I'm not saying all Black women are dysfunctional. But if you're in a community where most of them are dysfunctional, go date a woman of a different ethnic group. Black women are not going to stay in a group with a bunch of dysfunctional men unless she's stupid.
But that's not the problem. The problem is whether they're dysfunctional or not is not the issue, because the overall tenor, and culture of Black women is going to force them, whether they're functional or not, to go along with the prevailing dysfunction. You understand what I'm saying? So even if you go along with, if you get a functional Black woman, she's still going to be subject to dysfunctional Black women because they dominate. Most Black women, even if they're functional, they're not going to stand up against dysfunctional women. How many times have you ever seen even the good women, the functional ones, stand up against the ratchets?
You ever heard of Crimson? You ever heard of Crimson Cure?
Huh?
You ever heard of Crimson Cure?
Yeah.
Yeah, or Nadika?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they stand up to it. I mean, they catch a lot of
I'm talking about out in just who are not.
Oh man. Oh well.
Just regular.
She gotta be a type of woman that's strong enough to go against the grain.
Yeah. You gotta be a superwoman. You gotta be a Wonder Woman type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Because most men don't have a problem standing up against another man.
Yeah.
You win or lose, but women is kind of like, they kind of understand that if you're going against women, it's kind of like being in jail. You risk getting murdered.
Yeah, basically. That's basically it. So what I'm saying is there's a no win with Black women, that being the case. There's no win. We can say, let's parcel out the good ones and the bad ones, but we know that it's more than that.
Well, the thing is, like, if you want to survive, if you want a good family, you got to make. I realize that if you want a good relationship with somebody, a woman, man and woman, if it's a war, you're gonna have to fight for what's yours, because a lot of these people, they want to stay in their dysfunction because they want to be happy and miserable. They want to stay miserable and happy in that. And this gynocentric society and the way that the Black community has been socially engineered, very few people are going to enter the promised land.
Yeah. And my thing about Irony going against Kevin Samuels is like, bro, man, the only way that it's not racism that's killing us. It's the women. The women are killing us. You know what I'm saying? Because so I'm like, the only way to step out of that buzzsaw of that gauntlet is to be a high value man. The high value, he's the only one that can call the shots. With the gynocracy.
Well, it depends. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that are killing the Black community. And even if you are become a high value man, guess what? If you talk the King's English and you don't sound like the latest guy from Power or Empire, you're not gonna get that much sway with the Black community. They're gonna tell you, I don't care how much.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying out of it or above it, that don't matter. Either way is fine. You know what I'm saying? And if we really want to be honest, there really is not a Black community, bro. If we really want to be honest, let's cut the fucking shit. There's no such thing as a Black community, bro. There's no fucking such
I disagree thing. Because you have affluent Black communities out there. You do. Yeah. You do have affluent Black communities, but here's the thing though, there's a rule of law there. And with the communities that you say, I understand. That's when everything goes like Chicago there's no Black community. I'm sorry, that's just Blackistan. Chicago is not a Black, it's just Blackistan.
That's what. But the stereotypical negative ones, those are the ones that are the most prevalent, and that is the one that is usually, the flagship. When you think of Black community, we think of hip hop, and we think of those, degraded areas that's where they say this is the Black community is. When people say Black community, they're not thinking of affluent areas. You know what I'm saying? They're thinking of the shitholes everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is those shitholes are not real communities. But they're calling them such.
Right. There are, but the problem is the media does not portray the affluent Black communities where they have their own banks. They do not portray those places there, even where they have female judges in certain states, Black female judges. They don't portray that much. and that's the issue. But however, it's like it's a media thing and what sells, and unfortunately, there is white supremacy in that. All right, the fact of even in Hollywood, and if you are not doing the stereotypical
but that's the thing,
acting
though.
that is hoodish, or even in science fiction, you can't have black science fiction unless it's has to be attached to some hip hop degenerating factor to it.
Mm-hmm. So my thing is, and what I'm, because you're saying there's a lot of different factors, but again, I'm still going back to what's killing us is the women. And yeah, there are different factors, but what I'm saying is how much, you know what I'm saying? They're not lynching us and burning us. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, you know, when we're saying okay, and when we're talking about reparations and it's hard on us, really what I'm saying is, you know, I've been beat up unconscious by the police. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not far removed. Nothing I'm speaking about. You know what I'm saying? I can go out on the corner and chill with niggas or whatever. But that's so what I'm saying, I'm not speaking outside of my realm. So you know, but what I'm saying is that what is killing us is not white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've dealt, you know, niggas talk about it, you know, white supremacy. I've been, you know, beat up unconscious by the police. So I know what it is for real. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm giving you that preface. So I'm saying that's not what's killing us though. What's killing us is the women, because what I'm saying is that we can deal with white supremacy if we have intact groups, right? The only reason that the police and different things can do what they do is if we have fractured areas, right? You know what I'm saying? So without fracturing, white supremacy is not coming and burning down in 2020. White supremacy is not coming down and burning down whole towns of intact, you know what I'm saying, families and towns. That's not happening. So what I'm saying is that can't be the focus, because if we are operating on a functional level, white supremacy doesn't have that same. Yeah, it might not allow us to have the same of what they got, but it's still, you know what I'm saying, not killing us. Whereby again,
I mean, you do have like white supremacy in, like, you know, the LA Sheriff's Department. You know, you do have white supremacy there. You have white supremacy in the police departments. You have white supremacy in the medical field. White supremacy. I'm not saying it's every day you working up to a Klan member or somebody.
That's what I'm saying.
But the thing is like, yeah, I mean, it does have a factor in harming the black community.
Right.
But there's different factors I see. I can't just say it's just the women. I can say, because white supremacy is the behind these political parties, the Republican and Democrat. And the Democrat, the white supremacy is basically, you know, turning the black woman into, let's say, how do I put this, socially acceptable prostitutes in a way. They may not be taking off their clothes, but they will be giving up their dignity to get what they want. They don't want to let go of the power that they have through the decades of voting Democrat, to the point where, you know, they're basically trying to crush the masculinity out of a black man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But see, so here go my point is, you know, again, I can better deal with getting beat up by the police. Cause like I said, I fought niggas out on the street. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So if I got my ass beat by the police, that's just another fucking beating that I took just from another dude. You know what I'm saying? I didn't win that one. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is what I can't survive is being emasculated. There's no surviving that. You understand what I'm saying? Even if I am living, I'm not a living being. You know what I'm saying? Anymore.
Well, that's why then people say, "Oh, you shouldn't argue with a woman." I'm like, man, if she's trying to emasculate me, you fight for what's yours, man. You stand your ground and argue your point, and that's how I see it. You know, just don't deal with the person. You know, just argue. That's how I see it. I mean, a lot of these women that are like that, that's why I say it's date there's nothing wrong with dating another ethnic group. Why deal with a person that's trying to break you? Why deal with a person that you have to constantly pray not to catch a case?
And in a lot of cases, well, let's even go there. A lot of times, like you said, catching a case, we're not even we're talking about Black communities that are being heavily policed. It's because they're full of single mothers, right? Who are creating these environments. I talked
Right.
to a lot of like really,
But you also got black
hard.
men doing the same thing. You got black men who feel like peace God, peace earth. I gotta be a polygamist. I gotta spread my seed to the earth. And when you talk about this, how this is hurting the black community, they get mad at you. You're a white man, and you'll even have the black women in these hotel groups saying, "Oh, you an enemy, you an agent." So sometimes you have black women and black men that don't give a damn about the community. They want to destroy the community. They know what they're
But
doing.
see, again, we go back to that's not really a community in the first place. It's just a bunch of fractured single mothers creating fractured children that are just all running around aimless. That's not a community at all. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying is the police prey on that. Police don't prey on affluent Black neighborhoods. They prey on the fractured Black single mother environments that are producing all these millions of kids. That's what they're preying on. So again, yeah, we have to deal with white supremacy, but let's take the first step and understand. Okay, first we have to first get our shit together to even really assess what is white supremacy in response to an affluent Black society or affluent Black community. We don't look at we only look at white supremacy, right? When they talk about white supremacy, they're only looking at the single mother and the bastard kids that she's making. But what I'm saying is that shouldn't be how we're thinking about white. We should be thinking about white supremacy. Okay, how is it attacking a viable communities? You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't waste our time being like, okay, what is white supremacy doing down in the gutter and in the trash? Like I mean, you can't build a protocol for that. You know what I'm saying? White supremacy wants to go down in the garbage and the trash. Like I'm not going to try to waste my time. Okay, let's stop the white supremacy from going in the garbage. No, let's focus on what we have that's functional, and then say what is white supremacy doing. But again, we're using a wrong lens of what the Black community is, and we're talking about what it's doing to something that is not even there, and by design is actually operating in synchronicity with white supremacy. You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. In order to stop the white supremacy, how about we start focusing on family and start having alternatives to having abortion and stuff like that? And a lot of these, here's the problem with that. It's, there's no money in that. That's why I'm saying, like, when people say, Black people need to sit together. Well, we can't stick together because we're Black. We got to have some rules and decorum. For once, we're going to shut down the Planned Parenthood. We're not going to do that. We're going to focus on our families. We have to stop, with this, feminism and, Black men just running around having sex with women and recklessly, and women stop recklessly having sex with men that they know they shouldn't be having sex with. And next thing you know, you're gonna have, oh no, you're a sexist. Who you there to tell her what to do with her body, man? She's a queen.
Yeah, and the numbers. The numbers go like this: the men who are having all the out of wedlock babies are the thugs. That small percentage of thugs. Like, so most of the out of wedlock kids, most of these affluent women and non-affluent women, when they're having multiple kids and multiple baby daddies, they're not doing it with good men. They're doing it with the small segment of the Black male population.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, let's don't even talk about what the men are, of what with the men that they're producing. Let's not even consider them. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about, don't blame them. They are part of the gynocracy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They're not men in that sense, because they're under, they're literally under them like that. You know what I'm saying? They're literally under them. Most of the time, some of the most simpish type Negroes are these thugs. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times,
I'll agree to that.
look at Tupac talking about dear mama, you was a crack fiend. Like, man, if my mama was fucked up, I'd be like, bitch, fuck her. She's a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Why? Normal human beings don't do that. Other groups will be like, oh, let me lift up my crackhead mother. Like, other groups don't
My
do
mother
that.
was a Yakuza queen.
No.
They don't talk. My mother was in the Russian mob and she was running.
No, bro. So I'm saying, those are simps. Those are thug simps, bro.
Yeah, I understand it, but the thing is like, I understand what you're saying, and the problem is that to have the Black community up and standing, you're gonna have, money has to be involved. That's it, and people got to be willing to do like King Randall. He has a school, right? He actually used the government what it's for to get, loans to get businesses and to do whatever.
While Umar is flailing around.
You're right. While Umar is flailing around, he's just going on slot machines, begging people for money, trying to pick fights with Mike Tyson and Freddie Gibbs. Okay. Putting a woman's panties online on Twitter and talking about it. Like, what is he doing?
What?
And yes, that's what he's doing. That's what he did. And this is what the Black community, the Black men in the community, the Hoteps want us to look up to.
Black women produced him. Black men did not produce him. Black women produced this educated simp, bro.
I doubt if he's educated. I'm sorry. You can't be saying the crap he says. He's saying stuff that is nonsense, man. I mean, come on. I mean, you expect me to take a man seriously? He, putting panties online and going to slot machines and asking people to give him money for what? To go on a slot machine?
Mm-hmm. Well, educated in the same sense that Black women are the most enrolled and they're in school and educated in that same sense.
They're also the most single.
Yeah. The most idiotic.
I mean, I just kind of well, I won't say that because there's plenty of smart Black women out there, but the problem is like you have the ones bought in to the Democratic Kool-Aid and the hotepness of you're a queen, you're a Black queen and stuff like that, and they end up dating down and doing all types of things that don't benefit the community as a whole. And feminism has really poisoned Black women because white women get paid more than Black women, but you don't see white women fighting for Black women to have equal pay as white women, but Black women still taking on this racist ideology. And it's hurting them and making them do things like dating men that they feel is not a threat to them. Like what happened, I guarantee you. I mean, I could see that some of these women who date these thugs, they're feminists.
I mean, look, my mother was a semi-type feminist, right? Her dumb ass, when she was in her older age, like at 50 something or 60, 50. Well, maybe she in her 50. Maybe she was in her 50, right? She found a dude that fucking came from fucking, he came from the projects. He had a good job at one point, but when she met him, he was a fucking drunk and a fucking crackhead. And he was like he wasn't our stepfather, but I mean, I'm just saying, she had the nigga move in and shit. He drove her to work. You know, he didn't work and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, my mom, like, and so my mom is, you know, is educated. She didn't have to choose that guy. She didn't have to move this nigga in that didn't have a job and just drank and smoked crack and drove her back and forth to work. Like, yo, man, like you're doing this shit like my mom was doing this shit like she was a fucking teenager type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
She just wanted a man that she could control. That's basically how it is. These women date men that they can control, and these men end up. I remember I was involved with this woman, right? And I went to her crib, and it's like a nice place. Like, yeah, I had to kick out my man. You know, he was cheating on me, cheating on her with her own phone. He didn't even have the phone. All right, to do the cheating with.
Stop it.
And kicked her out in the middle of January, snowstorm. But this is what they want, though. This is what they want.
That's what, of course. Like I said, my own mother. I know this. So I'm not even just talking out of my ass. I know this shit. You know what I'm saying? First fucking hand. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom almost chose this motherfucker over me at one point. You know?
And then they expect you to be there for them when they're in their old age. This is the crap that is insane.
Yeah. When I went off to the military or whatever, she was calling me for money, talking about this nigga had pawned all the TVs in the house and shit. You know, man, stop it. I'm not sending you shit. Stop it. You serious?
And you know, I remember I was watching a YouTube live, right? And this guy was trying to talk to this woman, trying to tell her that you're not going to get your son's GI benefits. He's going to the military. You're not getting his GI benefit because she wanted to try and keep her housing. Well, this is what I'm saying, man. This is what I'm saying. This type of dependency on the government, this type of, you know, trying to have kids for the sake of all this type of mentality is talks and what has to be talked about and has to be dealt with in the Black community. But they're not going to deal with it because if they do, they're going to unleash a beast. They're going to unleash the true wrath of a Black woman. They don't want to deal with the crying. They don't want to deal with the fact that this woman's going to really get mad to the point that she may try to hurt you because now she's turning into that violent adult child that she's not getting her way anymore. So she can't make pouty faces anymore and get you to comply. She's going to pick up weapons or try to kill you.
Of course.
Because you are getting in the way of what she wants. That is to do whatever the hell you want, and men have to be their slaves. And this is why I say for men, don't be afraid to date someone out of another ethnic group.
But
don't be those type of men that are going to be praising that woman like a goddess and say, I found the Asian goddess or the white woman goddess. And she calls you the N-word and doesn't want you inside the house at Thanksgiving and Christmas.
No.
Don't, you know.
But you know
what
I was speaking about irony, he has said, oh, the problem with he's saying basically the problem with Kevin is that he's telling women to submit to men. And I'm like, bro.
He's not telling women that. He's not telling men that.
No, but wait, even before we go there, who is trying to tell who to fucking submit in the Black community? Tell me. I'm not even gonna set you up. Who's telling who to submit to who?
The women are telling the men to submit to them.
Thank you. But now it's toxic for men to want submission that the fucking females are killing us and demanding us to give them. Okay,
I think they wanted to demand that they want to demand the men that they're not attracted to submit to them, and the men that they have the nice face, but this man has a horrible character and disposition, they will submit to that man. Like Nature Boy. Nature Boy is one of those hoteps. He talked about how his son.
That's funny. I was actually in the same conversation. For whatever reason, that nigga was on my mind. I was gonna say his name, but I didn't know if you knew who that was.
Yeah, I know what that was. Yeah, Minister Jap was talking to me about. There was telling on this live stream. But this is the type of men they want the Brother Polites. They want the Malachi Z. Yorks. They got money and they got that nasty hood mind. That's what they want. Okay, they want those type of men. Never mind, those men are pedophiles. Nature Boy basically just told the world on the World Wide Web he's a pedophile. But those black women will submit to him. And he has women submitted to him because he's the face that they like. These hood women want that type of dude. Don't matter about that. You know, it doesn't matter. As long as you have a degenerate personality like they do, I'm not saying all women are black women are degenerates. I'm not saying that. But women who don't want a man that's going to tell them what they want to hear, or it's coming from a voice of a man that's not attractive to them, they're going to reject that man. And that's just a lack of maturity. That's all it is.
It is, but that's what I was saying too about their intellect. I'm saying, as a group, black women's intellect are not where they should be, to where they can properly gauge what life is, what real life is. I don't think they have the capacity, bro. I'm not talking about whether or not they're good at school and have degrees or whatever. I don't think that they're developed enough as human beings to really fucking understand, bro.
But that's what type of black woman, though? What type of
I'm
black
talking
woman?
about the group as a whole, man. The group as a whole.
It can't be a whole. It can't be a whole. It has to be a certain type. Not all of them are thirsting off their thug people.
It's a hive, and that's well. Here's what I was saying. Like before, I was saying there's a hive mind that will even if the ones have an intellect. Here's the thing. In life, if you don't have the ability to use your intelligence and your intellect, right? It's either you're going to be operating on it or you're not. You know what I'm saying? So even if you have it, if you're a black woman, when do you get the opportunity as a black woman? If most of the black women are ratchet and the culture is such of what it is, when does that black woman have an opportunity to, no matter what her intelligence development is, when does she have the ability to showcase this? Tell me, where and when are black women able to? I'm talking about to benefit us. Where are they able to showcase that? If the dominant culture of black women is what it is.
I mean, the thing is like if she's a woman that wants to represent men, you say?
No. I'm not even saying going there. I'm just saying even just being a level-headed individual. Where does a level-headed black woman get to be that within and around other black women? Where is she able to do that?
Well, she'd have to go with a group that women that are like-minded. There's always college,
but that's what I'm saying.
There's always different types. Let's say this black woman is a Christian. She could always hang out with other black women who believe in the gender roles and how a woman should be and how a man should be.
I was gonna go there. Yes, I was gonna be like, okay, you know what? There's a caveat because if she goes with certain groups, whatever, if she goes with certain, religions or whatever, yes, that does allow her. But let's take women who haven't necessarily done that and haven't grown up, because a lot of those women have to be grown. They grow up in that. You know what I'm saying? That's not just something, that you can just do outright. A woman just can't be like, okay, let me just become a nun next week. You know what I'm saying? You really have to be grown and groomed into that. So let's talk about most of the other black women who are mostly feminists and free-thinking Christians and, and different, the modern woman like Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels talking about the modern woman. Most women aren't part of those groups. So what I'm saying is the modern woman culture, does not allow other women to use their intelligence properly to be able to make right choices and judgments in the world. They don't allow each other to do it. So what I'm saying is, even if they are developed, you might as well say that they're not developed because they're not able to utilize it. And I can't sit back and waste my time and trying to figure out who is who.
You do have YouTube, you know that, right? Because Crimson Cure, she stands out. She doesn't bow down to the Kool-Aid.
Yes, of course, yeah. I mean, I'm talking about women that are, that are available to date and are, I'm saying in everyday life. Like, I can't really vet these women,
Well,
So what,
Prison
even if they
Cure
are,
is not married, and I'm sure there's other women and that are not into the Kool-Aid.
Mhm.
You know, I'm
Right.
sure there are. I mean, you just probably have to get to know them. That's the thing.
I don't know. I don't know many. I mean, maybe count on two hands. I'm talking about in the whole large populations of women, two hands of women. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm sure that these women are being are taken. You know,
Well, there's always traveling to the Dominican Republic. There's always going to a different country. There's always that option.
Mhm, mhm.
I mean, if you wanted that, that's the way it is. I mean, as men, if it's that bad, then we got to make some certain sacrifices. Got to take a passport, either bring them back over here or
Mhm.
live over there.
Mhm. Well, I got friends that are saying go to Africa, you know what I'm saying, and get a chick,
Yeah, you just got to be careful with them too, because a lot of them have been westernized, and you just got to be careful who you date.
The
Brazil.
culture. That's what I'm saying.
So,
The
yeah,
culture. It's the culture.
yeah.
Like I said, the intelligence in their development. So I'm saying you can't know because the culture does not allow you and does not allow them. The modern women culture does not allow even the ones who have good sense to utilize it properly because she's going to be too intimidated by other women to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I just throw them back in the same bag of imbeciles too. If you're not going to utilize it, just let me just put you with the other ones.
Well, I mean, it's a fight, man, because marriage is under attack because a lot of people say marriage is boring without affairs, relationships are boring without affairs, and this is how it comes down to be. But I'm gonna have to cut this short because I got to get some stuff done in the morning. But it
Okay.
was great talking to you, man.
Hey, I loved it. Appreciate you, bro.
No problem, man. Come back anytime.
Okay, I will do.
All right, later.
All right, peace.
Peace.